Stretch out the dreams from my mind. Granny's got the scoop, let's unwind. Birds are chirping, singing their tune. Mystery of the day coming soon. Cup of tea and a buttered scone. Start the day, we're never alone. Good morning, rise and shine. Granny's here with stories so fine. Good morning, off we go. To greet the world with a happy glow. Windows open, smell the dew. Sky so wide, oh so blue. Granny's voice like honey sweet. Good news travels on our street. It's time to jump into the fray. Cheers to another golden day. Granny's voice like honey sweet. Good news travels on our street. Good morning, rise and shine. Granny's here with stories so fine. Good morning, off we go. To greet the world with a happy glow. Good morning, rise and shine. Granny's here with stories so fine. Good morning, off we go. To greet the world with a happy glow. To greet the world with a happy glow.
Good morning, everybody. Hope you're having a wonderful morning. Today, I wanted to talk about a couple of hikers. They were experienced, but they got caught in freezing cold conditions. They were hiking a mountain, one of the tallest mountains in the Northeast. Yeah, so I kind of I'll share my screen with you to go over that because it was really kind of scary. Okay, so hikers on tallest mountain in the Northeast rescued from whiteout snowstorm at 5,000 feet, guys. Can you imagine? It was two women. Two experienced hikers were rescued from the tallest mountain in the Northeast after a whiteout snowstorm stranded them at about 5,000 feet on Sunday. It was just this past Sunday, guys. Catherine McKee, 51 years old, of Southborough, Massachusetts, and Beta LaCour, 54, of Westborough, Massachusetts, were trekking through a challenging Mount Washington Trail in New Hampshire when the weather turned severe. Temperatures dropped and winds kicked up, blowing snow so that the trail the friends were following was completely erased. The pair pushed through chest-deep snow, lost on the mountain. I can't even imagine, guys. You know, I don't like the cold. I live in north central Wisconsin. I don't know why. Don't ask me why. Um, I do not like the cold, especially when it gets down to, 0, because then the wind and everything else or temperatures below 0. Then you got the wind making it, I mean, it's nothing for it to get to minus 40 with wind chill, minus 80 with wind chill. It gets extremely cold, guys. You can't be out in that for long. And here they were, right? No, I know that they're experienced hikers. They were hiking in the winter. They had snowshoes. They probably had good gear. But no matter what kind of good gear you've got, you can't protect yourself against temperatures like that. Temperatures dropped and winds kicked up, blowing snow so that the trail the friends were following on was completely erased, and they pushed through chest-deep snow. One of McKee's snowshoes became stuck in a spruce trap. A spruce trap is a hole created in the snow underneath trees. It took like 20 minutes to get out of that, she recalled to the Associated Press in an interview. You can see the picture right here, one of them. And that kept happening. So we got to a point where we were literally like crawling on our bellies to try to get to the next point and just struggling so much that it wasn't working. You know, after about an hour of struggling, the hikers called 911 shortly after 6 p.m. and reached NHFG conservation officers who plotted their GPS coordinates and directed them toward the trail just 34 feet away. They ended up on the trail several times but could not follow it because it had been erased by wind and blowing snow. Unable to find the trail after multiple calls with conservation officers, Holmes said the pair huddled up in the snow to keep warm and awaited assistance. Temperatures at the summit fell to -2 degrees, and sustained winds blasted at 50 to 60 miles an hour, often with gusts significantly higher. By the time the agency began a rescue operation at 8:30 p.m. Look at this picture, guys. Horrific. McKee said that despite wearing gloves with liners, her hands were frozen. The friends used a bag as a wind guard and sat on the mountain for the next 6 hours to await rescue as the wind blasted them and buried them underneath snow that left them insulated but immobile. Yeah. And sometimes you can dig like a little cave to keep you, insulated from the winds. I was terrified that my friend may pass away in front of me or I might pass away, McKee said. And how did we get here? So you do think about that, but you can't stay in that thought process because that's not going to get you out. So we kept focusing on what is the next thing we can do. And just before midnight, 9 rescuers on a Mount Washington State Park snow cap reached the summit. The crew snowshoed across the deep, wind-blown snow toward the trail. The team approached the last known location of the 2 hikers at 1:20 a.m. Monday, but had not yet made contact. The only way to locate the trail was through GPS navigation, and progress was slow due to the tremendous effort required to break a trail in the deep snow. A half hour later, the rescuers found the 2 hikers alive and coherent, though both were suffering from cold weather injuries. The rescue crew set up emergency shelters and began to warm both hikers, who were able to move on their own after about an hour. I can't even imagine, guys. Look at that. At 3 a.m., the rescuers and hikers made their way down the Jewel Trail toward the base station of the Cog Railway, reaching the base safely at 4:15 a.m. Mount Washington is the tallest peak in the Northeast at 6,288 feet and is known for its extreme weather conditions. Holmes said both women were prepared for a winter hike. They had emergency gear, had winter hiking experience, but they didn't expect they would lose the trail. McKee and LeCoeur had received training on hikes from the Appalachian Mountain Club's chapter in Worcester, Massachusetts. We feel really awful about having to make that 911 call, but it did save our lives, and we're extremely grateful, McKee said of the rescuers. Both told the Associated Press they'd go out hiking again in the White Mountains and add a small pop-up tent to their gear in case they need to seek shelter. You either get back on the horse or you don't. McKee said, I'm not going to have a problem to get back on the horse. I'm going to do it as safe as I can, but I recognize there are risks in what we do. Well, two women in their 50s, guys. I mean, seriously, two women in their 50s in that kind of weather. I can't even imagine, right? This is a picture of the rescuers leaving on foot from the summit where they were going to try to find her, right? And look at those conditions, right? And as I said, they were experienced. They had, what they needed, but you can't last for long in those kind of temperatures. You just can't, guys. If you've ever been in below zero weather with the wind, it's horrific. I mean, you cannot stay out there long. If you're shoveling snow, for example, or you're snow blowing, you have to keep coming in. You can't stay out there until it's completed because there's just, you can't, there's just nothing to protect you. So, yeah, kind of an interesting thing. I like to, not, this is a good ending, right? And I don't like to always talk about things that are sad and, like to find things that are sometimes interesting, that can pique our interest and not be always about sad things, right? So I want to thank you guys for being here with me this morning. I appreciate you. And please, please hit the like button, subscribe, become a member. We're getting our members only videos up and running. We're going to have lots of fun in those. And I want to encourage you to every day at 4:00 Central Time, we go live. So come on in and join us. We're happy to have you there. And I hope everyone has a wonderful, wonderful day. Thank you. Thank you for watching another episode of Granny's Crime Busters. We really appreciate each and every one of you. Don't forget to subscribe and like and even share the content. You can follow us on any of our other social media platforms at YouTube, Twitter, Instagram, Facebook, and TikTok. We really appreciate you guys, and you can also email us at grannyscrimebusters@gmail.com. Thank you so much, and we will see you on the next one. Thanks, guys.